What is up guys, Farhan here with Zah once again, and today we have an exclusive interview,
Test ride,
review
and overview
of ZONTES motorbikes. We are at the dealership here in Sundi Industrial Park in Kaki Bukit. This is really exclusive lah for us and a huge opportunity. Huge shout out to ZONTES. But we have to mention specifically that we are not sponsored by them. We are not contacted by them. We are the one that approached them, and they are willing with open arms to let us do these videos for you guys.
Are you excited?
Oh man, I am excited. This is a really awesome opportunity for us, I feel.
Okay.
And hopefully this will come in handy for the biking community. Hope you guys find this video, like I would say, entertaining, useful in a certain degree. And hope you guys will maybe change your perception about ZONTES lah. Okay, and let's go and talk to the man himself, Ronnie. Okay guys, so we are with the ZONTES dealer here in Singapore. The man himself, Ronnie. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to shoot videos and do bike review all that. So we have a couple of questions about the ZONTES brand in Singapore. Okay, we actually share one of your customers' bikes the T310. Faizal and Gino, I'm sure you know them. And then we share the videos on some bike groups, on our social media pages, and we receive a lot of bad comments sorry to say about the ZONTES bike in general. But what do you make of this, Ronnie?
Bad comments?
Yeah, negative
quite negative perception.
From the public?
Yes.
Okay, it's because in general, in the history of Singapore, in the history of Chinese bikes in Singapore, the quality have disappointed almost everyone. Let's say 10 years ago. So the first year they can sell a lot, but that's because the price is cheap. And then the second year it dropped immediately because there are no after sales and the quality really is very bad. Okay, these are the perceptions that we cannot avoid. So for ZONTES, we need time. So it has been almost a year since we started selling the 310 series. And so far from the customers' reviews, the clubs, it has been pretty good. People have rode the bike to Malaysia, to Thailand, and the support is there, strong. Yes. So I hope in future Chinese bikes can also, they learn from ZONTES. They learn from this premium bike maker, that everything has to be critically R&D before they release the bike to the market. Because in general, most Chinese makers, they are like Lego. They buy the parts, different components from different OEM, they assemble, and then they export out. There is no critical R&D involved.
I see.
So for ZONTES, if there is a chance next time after the COVID, I can bring you all to the factory and you can see with your eyes what kind of scale, the production, the people, the engineers, they are really very focused, So if a person, let's say this customer, he used to ride a China brand motorbike, one look at ZONTES, he would definitely, agree that, wow, this is solid, forged swing arm, robot welding. In the past, we call the Chinese welding bird-shit welding. So, yes, once you see the bike, you will understand. No factory will spend an immense amount of money and build lousy bike. Period.
Let's start with the basic question. All right. How long has this company been established?
Chiong Kok. Chiong Kok was started by my father in the 80s. So we have been through many different stages. We were the first so-called importer for Harley Davidson. Before Harley Davidson Singapore came in, we were also the first one and only authorized BMW dealer in the 90s. So we have experience with big bikes. It's only until 1996 then we started to be the sole agent of Daelim, some from Korea, until today. This speaks a lot for our after-sales service. 96 until today. You know, people are still coming in to service their daily. We have 2-floor inventories. Yes. So I also, CK also tells the people who buy ZONTES not to worry about the parts. Because also it is mandatory to order spare parts for every shipment. Yes. And the parts are not expensive because ZONTES manufacture them themselves. There is no second hand, no third hand. Yeah. So for Chongkok, we have always been customer oriented focus.
So how did it came to like bringing in ZONTES into Singapore?
It was during one of the annual China motorbike trade show. So I myself, I operate in Malaysia. So I've in touch with Chinese bikes for the last 10 years. So I know how good, how well or how far can a brand of motorbike go in terms of the quality. So ZONTES caught my attention, and then I was very impressed by them. So I decided to make a trip to their factory. And it turned out to be several trips after that. Yes, because I was really amazed and impressed by their passion to build premium bikes. Yes. So right now, ZONTES is the leading motorbike seller in China, with about 4,000 units a month.
Wow, that's a lot.
Because the Chinese right now, the population of the meat vendors is on the rise. And in China, they sell online.
Okay.
Yes. There's no showroom. They buy online, they deliver back to them. Yes. So they have very good support system whereby, let's say in terms of breakdown, they just have to go to the app and press the GPS, the service team will go there.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's impressive, no?
Very impressive. Yeah. So that's so much about the background of ZONTES. You can do some background search on their website. You can see some of the production facility, and they are really big. I mean, to re-emphasize, ZONTES has only 3 focus in mind. Lightweight. You know, that's why they make use of forged aluminium. Short wheelbase, so that it's good for handling, and also high compression ratio. I still remember during the first meeting when they say our bikes have a higher compression ratio than Japanese makes. So on the way back to the hotel, I did a research. I actually did a table to compare all the 2A bikes like Z250, all the Honda CBR, the Yamaha R250, and it turns out, yes, the compression ratio of ZONTES 12.5:1 is higher than the Japanese mix. With a high compression ratio, it means your acceleration overtaking better because high combustion. And to do that, your internals, your engine, the quality, everything must be durable. Which is why, you know, their piston ball, they actually have a 0.7 mm ceramic coating on it. Yes. So they really make use of technology, water cooling, so that the engine can tahan. Which is why, again, because they make the bike themselves, that's why they are confident to give 3 years and 30,000 kilometer warranty. None of the Chinese makers can do that. Don't say Japanese. You buy Yamaha 1 year.
Yeah, correct. It's true.
You know. So this is the kind of confidence that they give.
What kind of test has the manufacturer done on the bike?
Oh, crazy! Like how when I visited them, they actually sent teams to Tibet on a long adventure bike. Before they launched the adventure bike, they rode long distance. That is on the outside. On the inside, in the facility, they actually have R&D roads whereby the bike is plugged onto all the robots, automatic shifting, moving. On the outside of the room, you see those machines that reads the RPM, the speed, the temperature, and it just keeps moving and changing gear. Then on the other room, you know, they test the suspension, whereby everything is automated. They test the front fork wheel shock until it breaks up. These are the type of R&D that they perform, you know. And because every component is made by one engineer, so anything happen, they will immediately zoom in into that engineer and make improvement. So this is the biggest difference between ZONTES and other Chinese makers.
Yeah, I can say because
If you look at other Chinese bikes, different brand, but they have similar components. Those components are purchased by the same OEM in China, supplied by them. That's why you see most of the Chinese bikes, they have the same brake reservoir, they have the same brake pump, they have the same master cylinder, they have the same stem holder,
even
signal,
the side stand also same.
Because they are readily available in China. But ZONTES didn't want that to happen. They want it to be cheap, they want quality control, and hence they built everything themselves. That's why having spent so much money on this kind of things, it's very unlikely that the quality will be bad. Very unlikely. ZONTES is quite international now, especially in Europe.
Talking about international, what other countries in Southeast Asia has the dealership and wherever?
At this moment, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, they are moving into Vietnam. Yes, and then of course China and most countries in Europe. Yes, and United States a bit sensitive now.
They all don't say already.
So they are almost everywhere. Yes. They are.
We happen to see
and there are no brands ever manufactured 8 models in 2 years. So we have the 310 series, Adventure, Touring, Naked, Street, Cruiser, and now we have the Class 2B, featuring the first Euro 5 2B bike with 20-liter tank, capable of 1,000 km. And then next we will have scooter, 155 and 310 series. And then after that we will have a Class 2, 3-cylinder, 800 or 1000 cc. All this in 2 to 3 years time. So they really spend a lot of money into making all this kind of development projects.
One of the things that a lot of bikers out there very skeptical is the technology fitted on the ZONTES, because it's a lot of electronics going on. How confident are we that the electronics, the technology on the bike will not fail within 1 or 2 years of purchasing?
Okay, first we have the assurance from ZONTES. For all electronics, warranty is 2 years. You know, the speedometer, electronic components, basically 2 years warranty. None of the brands could offer that. And then, like I said, every component has an engineer behind. So during the teething issues, you know, everything we do, there are bound to be teething issues in the beginning. So as long as they rectify the issue efficiently in the beginning, I am sure that these parts will be good for the first 2 years or more. You know, because they are really here to stay. Having spent millions, really multi-millions of dollars to develop all the system. Yes, some people may be skeptical. Class 2B, so many gadgets. But this is the technology nowadays. In order to compete, you know, with other brands, one must have a higher competitive advantage. You know, they need an edge over the other competitors. So I believe the Chinese, they have the ability to do that. Look at Alibaba, look at Tencent Group, look at so many other, you know, games that we are playing nowadays. They are all developed by the Chinese. Yes, so I believe ZONTES has the vision, you know, and the facility to move forward ahead.
Some of the tough questions that riders want, the community want to know. Okay, what kind of assurance can the company promise to the customers that the bike brand or the dealership will still be around in the next 5 years?
For example.
For example, yeah.
Our history, look at dating, 96 until now. That is a strong testament to how we want to maintain this business. And secondly, people buy bike because of necessity. People buy bike because facts are facts. They have no money to buy a car.
Correct.
Okay. We wouldn't want to be, we want to treat customer fairly. So you guys have heard some bikes, some companies out there, you buy under the loan, you cannot full settle early. Full settle early penalty.
Correct.
In Chongkok, there is no early payment penalty. In fact, if you settle earlier, I give you back the interest rebates.
Wow.
Nobody does that, So these are the things that I say already. Chongkok is focused on customer. After sales, well-being, all this, we try to do our best. So that's why we are still here today. If you look around, we don't sell any under Yamaha, first hand. So these are the things that our history, and then it will remain. And so, as long as we are the dealer, ZONTES will go for forever. Because the direction that ZONTES is going is very long ahead.
It's in line with your goals also.
Yes, which is why we carefully select the partners that we want to work with. We don't sell for the sake of selling. This is our policy also. Not say cheap, 200cc, okay, masuk. No, we don't do that.
Okay, so considering that the ZONTES bike is manufactured differently than the Japanese or Japanese bike, right? Is it safe to say that whatever problem, you just come back to the dealership? Okay?
Because there are comments that I read online that what about spare parts?
Yes.
Only agent have. So this is the question.
Yeah, if
Singapore is very small. We have 3 outlets in Singapore. So it doesn't take more than 20 minutes to reach another place, on a motorbike. So we have sufficient spare parts, and the parts are reasonable price. For example, our bikes use lithium battery. Lithium battery costs maybe $200-300 over.
Expensive, expensive than the
But
nickel,
over
right?
here, the original lithium battery, you can buy them at $100. It's cheaper, it's lasting.
you can actually charge it at home, right?
Yes, for certain models, you can actually get the power bank and then charge it at home.
Okay.
So, no worries on the spare parts. Like I said, it is mandatory to order spare parts along with the shipment.
Like, if you buy a GS, definitely you will go back to BMW for its what?
After sales,
right?
Service,
Yeah.
You won't go to Asing workshop for GS.
Yes, never. Yeah, I mean, Honda and Yamaha, yes, they can go anywhere, So, but for us, we want to look after our customers, So make sure that everything is properly checked. So maybe if you go to outside, maybe they only change engine oil, no problem. But they will not fine-tune, fine-check the rest of the things. So it's better to come back to us. Jurong, Woodland, or Kaki Bukit.
So no reason too far lah. You have to go to the east.
For those people who say too far, I think they're no-brainer. Because why you buy bike?
In Malaysia is different,
Malaysia is different.
So you see, Malaysia ZONTES, that's why they have a service center in every state, major cities, like Johor, Malacca, KL, Selangor, Penang, Kedah, yes.
Okay.
But Malaysia is big, So in Malaysia, the best seller is also the T2, the adventure bike. It's also proven. And Malaysians, you know how they ride.
White one.
Their highway, full throttle. So it has also been about a year, more than a year in fact. So the Malaysians are also doing a very good job. But most importantly is because the the quality is there, and the support is there. Same goes to Malaysia. Many Chinese brands failed and left. So really talking about ZONTES, they are really up and coming. I hope the perception, for Chinese bikes to change over the years. I hope those other Chinese makers, they will start to make good quality bikes, so that people will not have this kind of perception in the future.
You can see the bar has been set.
Yes, ZONTES have definitely set up the bar. So hopefully, competitors can learn that it's not about the cheap, it's not everything low cost. Certain things, because motorbike is a motorbike, so certain things you cannot save. You really make a good quality bike before you give it out. Because again, people buy bike because they need it. So it's better to build a quality bike.
So thank you so much, Ronnie, for this interview. This is really an exclusive. I think no other vlogger has done it before.
Yes.
Only so far they come here, review the bike, take picture of the bike, then they leave. They never really interview yourself, the main man who brings ZONTES to Singapore.
Yeah, you're right on that. Yes, and I'm also, because of my passion, so I want to share with people. It would be better if you come down or go to the outlet and take a look by yourself, because the facts doesn't lie, the build quality doesn't lie. So once you see the bike, you look at the finishing, you compare with other Honda or Yamaha makes, you will definitely, this question mark. Really, they are very good build.
Yeah, I think if you select another brand
over
the bike, over the
nobody
name,
will say anything.
people will be clamoring over it.
Even now outside, people wouldn't think that ZONTES is made in China. Until when you say it, then they, wow, serious ah.
Then they shake their head.
It's true. So please, yes, come down, take a look, test ride.
So far, I know just you are the only dealer I know who allow test ride. I think so.
Maybe because Honda, Yamaha, they are really well known. So there's no need to test ride. So for us, because we have to convince the buyers that this is a good bike, so without test ride, it's a bit difficult. So once they test ride, the feel, the handling, then only would they be convinced. Wow, the power is good, handling is good, bike is light. Yes, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Johnny. Too bad we cannot shake your hand. So that's it for the video. Then now we're going to review some of the offerings that ZONTES has to offer. Some of the bikes. In fact, all of it basically.
Okay.
And give our thoughts and perception on it.
Just stay tuned and watch the videos, yeah?